Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, the TNO mod as England, or the Kingdom of England, that's now turned into the United Kingdom. And where we left off, a few things were happening. First of all, the Middle East is on fire. Civil war is strife and fuel is all over the place. Secondly, Charles de Gaulle is dead, and now we have Leclerc in charge of Free France. They managed to beat some of their enemies, and they're now pushing into the Cameroonian African state. We are still spying on the Grossmannish Reich, which is great. Research is coming along fine. We're about to pass the Children and Wives Act, which will be done in 5 days. We are in the process of also boosting our liberal power, and we've just completed this focus here, Prime Minister's Most Secret Tales of Corruption, which we are going to start reading right now. Most of what crossed the desk of George Jellicoe was mundane, widely known, and only required his oversight as a formality. But the folder on his desk was much more than that. There was a file prepared in secrecy and delivered to him as a top priority. Inside was a report about the NDL. Things were going well on the surface. Everyone seemed to be acting honestly and in the public interest, but there were rumours of deals that weren't in the normal scope of business. Deals made off the records whose recipients got way more in return. Deals that stunk with corruption. An MP redirecting aid to his own district, a clerk who approved a loan to a phone company living beyond his means, reports of supplies lying around, and men collecting paychecks for doing nothing at work sites. $1 million here, $1 million there, pretty soon it all added up to real money. Jellicoe put the file in his safe, along with other items of utmost importance and secrecy. He would make some calls and deal with this problem quietly. Word getting out would be ruinous to the NDL, and would endanger his government, but not doing anything would be worse. Silence is a must. Prejudice is a plus. Daily political power. No, I don't want that. Daily conservative gain -2. Oh, god damn it. Okay, right. Let's go. I want to get this sorted ASAP. I need my political power back. The root of the problem. Let's get it done. Modified tales of corruption. Oh, dearie me. I need my political power so bad. Don't get rid of it, please. I'm in the midst of trying to turn liberal so I can, like, not stab Stavas in the back. That'd be amazing, please. Oh, dearie me. Off to a great start! And what interesting times we live in, indeed. First of all, the Daily Herald has brought us something, and that is the Shah of Iran has been assassinated. An uncertain future ahead, indeed, but because they're having a revolution of sorts. Apparently they had a white revolution. But the Shah of Iran is dead. They're now led by the Iranian National Assembly. And I do wonder whether or not they're going to end up having a three-way civil war. Just like down here in Oman, just like over here in Iraq, and just like over here in Egypt. Looking at the Egypt situation, it does look like the aristocrats are going to come out on top. In Yemen, the monarchy managed to beat out the communists, so GG, well done to you. But having a look around, it's looking like it's going to be an Islamic Republic win in Iraq. As for down here, let's have a look. I think it's going to be Dhofar. I think the Dhofars are going to come out on top. That is, I do wonder, because the Dhofars have got support from the Germans, which is weird because these guys hated the commies, yet these guys are commie, yet they're getting support from the commies. Don't ask me why, I don't know. Down here in the semi-constitutional monarchy, they're getting support from the Americans. And over here, the Japanese are supporting the imamate, and it looks like the imamate are not going to come out on top. So, unlucky to the Ataba Imam. So, that's that story. Why did it lag? Why did it lag? Why did it freeze? The game froze for a minute. I had a panic attack. What's happening? Are we good? Are we good? Okay, we're good. Oh my god. I hate this because, like, I'll be sometimes, right, story time with Anglo. So, sometimes I'll be mid-recording. And this happened a lot on the Cold War mod, okay? I'd just be doing my thing. A month would tick over, and the month would tick over the second I click on, like, a research or a province or something, and the game would just freeze. It wouldn't move, there'd be no sound, there'd be no nothing, and then all of a sudden, the little blue spinning Windows loading disc would pop up. The screen would go white, and it'd be like, program has crashed. Please reload. I'm just like, are you kidding me? So yeah, that was my experience on Cold War. So that's why whenever it gets close to a month, I always try my best just to try not to touch anything. Especially in mods like this, where there's just so much coded and so much going on, it's better to be on the safe side of things. Also, being on the safe side of things, we've cleared our name, and we got rid of the Tales of Corruption, so we've got our political power back, but we are trying to increase it little by little. I can't do the Investigation Act, I cannot do the Workers' Protection Act, and I can't do this act. Why? because I do not have A, liberalism for this, and B, enough PP to go around. I do not have enough PP. A black shirt crosses your path. The far right. Let's just go for this event path on the political scale whilst I get my PP back. And then once my PP's big enough... Sorry. Once the PP is big enough and high enough, we can do the axe. Oh, God. Got to do it for the big PP. The far right. A black shirt crosses your path. A crackdown on the right? Asked Powell, astonished. Are you daft? The Prime Minister asked for an answer to the problem, said the head of the MI5. And unfortunately, this is the best one. The far right is growing our country, and they have wormed their way into our armed forces, and they must be rooted out if we are to avoid any unpleasant events. You cannot think that the entire fate of the nation is threatened by some fascists in the reserves, can you? Asked Powell. The director is right, Home Secretary, said Jellicoe. You know as much as I do these white organisations are a bloody menace, and we have to take them out. Powell shook his head. I don't like it, George. I don't like it. And this is going to bite you in the arse. Emphasis here. RSE. British correction. It's a British spelling correction for you, okay? Change the popularity of fascism. Minus 5%. That's good. Get them out. Look into white organisations. The strength of the patriots decrease. That's fine, because they've got no strength anyway. I've kept them at 0. Liberal power is so nearly at 30%, which is great. And the second they get 30, and I can pass that act, is the second that we're going to immediately get rid of it and put it back to 100% support for the NDL. We need all the support in the world. I want moderate power owned by me. I want none of this. If that gets to 40, then we're in danger. So get to 30, get the act passed, and then get them gone. Also, once this finishes loading and hopefully not crashing the game, Iran blew up. Iran really blew up. We've got the Baluchis. We've got the Shahdom. We've got the Democratic Republic of Iran, the Islamic Republic, the Imperial State, and the Socialist Federation. I've got to say, Farah Pahlavi, the Queen of Iran, she's beautiful, bro. When it comes down to Hearts of Iron 4 leaders, there's only 2 that I can think of off the top of my head who are absolutely stunningly beautiful. Her, Farah Pahlavi, and the modern day mod, I think she's the Queen of Lebanon, I think. Absolutely stunning. The East is a beautiful place, ladies and gentlemen. Also, we're going into a recession. We're about to lose the economy. We're buggered. Okie dokie, and it seems that our queen has unfortunately lost in the Iranian civil war. Now I've got my money on the Democratic Republic. They are the biggest out of the territories. Probably them or the Islamic Republic are probably going to come out on top in that. In Egypt, it seems between Egypt and the Muslim Brotherhood, I can't see these guys getting any more territory, even though he has got the most awesome smiley face in the world. I don't think he's going to come out on top. As expected, the Islamic Republic of Iraq is going to come out on top there. But also another thing with our own kingdom. We've got the financial or the fiscal crisis imminent. Now, I tried to play around with the economy, and I've kind of buggered it. Now, we've got the inflation up, which isn't good. And I've put this at 100, so that our thingy-bob, what was it? Our yearly deficit is jacked to 0. I lowered the army expenditures. I lowered the naval expenditures. I can't lower anything else because everything else is at max. I can't do anything else. Like, I literally cannot do anything else. I can't build anything because it just takes too long to build. I'm just in a little bit of a puzzle. I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't know what I can actually do. It's just, I don't know if this is a mod-wide thing that everyone else struggles with. But it just takes too long to build. It takes too long to build. There's not enough things to build. And this is the same problem I had with the Cold War mod. As much as I love the Cold War mod and have grown to love TNO, the building function and how heavily scripted everything is, it's just not for me. It's too restricting personally. The economy thing is cool, but I don't know how to work it, so that's on me. But as for the building, I don't know. I feel like the building is just so poor because it's just so slow. I've got everything maxed out, offset. Civies is my primary focus. Everything should be building quick, but It's not. So, I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it's a me thing. If it's a mod-wide thing, let me know in the comments down below, because I would like to know. I really would like to know. I need to wait for my political power to come through, so I can do that. Look into white organizations. Okay, we've done that. Fantastic. Now we come down to do the next one, which is find the splinters, which gives me more political power and get rid of fascism by -5%, which is good, because if I go here, we can find fascism somewhere. No. Okay. Never mind. Apparently fascism is just well and truly not here. Unless it's the MSA. Unless the MSA count for fascism. Despotism. What do you come under? No, you just come under straight up fascism. National Socialism. What about Italy? Fascism. They're led, yeah, by the PNF. Okay, so maybe they're just non-existent on my voting panel. Unless they come under the MSP. In that case, I'm not surprised. But who knows? Right, well, anyway, the economy's buggered. We're all going to die. We're all going to fail. We won't be able to buy biscuits anymore. I'm hoping I can do this to build civvies, but it's not going to come through quick enough. No way in hell. No way in hell. Hell would freeze over sooner than building quickly. For sure. 110% factual statements. Oh, dearie me. Right, okay, on to the next event. Breaking news! The unification of Russia. A shocking statement has been made from the city of Samara in what is now united Russia. The longtime protege of Andrei Vlasov, Militiy Zykov, we're going to go Zykov, has proclaimed the so-called Russian Republic a democratic successor state to the ill-fated democracy that followed the empire in 1917. Despite an apparent uphill battle due to the fact that the Russian Liberation Army has long been seen as collaborators among the local Russian populace, it seems that their dedication to the destruction of Bolshevism and the promotion of Zykov's grassroots democratic values have paid off. With one election deemed mostly fair by international observers, Zykov has already announced a return to democracy and anti-communism as envisioned by him and his compatriots. Already, Zykov has made avowed statements against the Nazis. From now, Russia seems to be heading towards a stable future, but it seems that the war looms on the horizon. Have they really done it? Reunification of Russia! The world thinks the Russian Revolution is at an end. Do not be mistaken, the revolution is just beginning. Alexander Kerensky. There we go, for darkness. Light. There we go. Russia! We've got Militov Zykov over here, from chairman to president. Now, the question is, which way are you going to go, bro? Proven unity, part me investing in talent, statement of the world. All of this is done. Chase the sun, they are nuclear. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, right, well, let's see what they do. Let's see what they do and how they do. Because obviously if they're going to go for 1915 or 1910 Russia, all of this is going to be eaten too. But the question is, do they just go Russia? Or do they go like 1917 Russia? That is the question that we need to ask ourselves. Also, send stuff to America. Send into LA. Alright, 69% for us, 70% for them. That's all hunky-dory. All we need to do now is get our political power. And then we can start doing some acts, which is good, because acts are great. I love it when I can do acts. Right, okay, well, anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you guys have enjoyed, don't forget to, of course, click the like button and or subscribe. Share with friends to grow for the channel, all that fun stuff. Trying to hit 3K by the end of the year. And again, thank you very much for watching, guys. Much love to you all. And I'll see you guys in the next video I do. Ta-da!